All right. Hi, everyone. So, as promised, I've got my good friend Ron here, who is a 20 plus year veteran in the sport of rowing. Okay, now, Ron, I gotta tell you, I've really always wanted to row. I've used a rowing machine once. I know it's an excellent workout, but what else should we know about rowing?
Okay, thanks for having me, Tara. First, congratulations on wanting to learn how to row. I wish more people would strive to do that. It's a great workout. It's also a very unique sport in the sense that this is one of the very few sports that you go backward as you move forward. So that brings up a few unique challenges to the sport.
I can imagine. That's really interesting, especially since somebody like you, I mean, not only do you do teams, but you also actually go out and row by yourself.
Correct.
So tell us about that. How does the backwards, I certainly can't look backwards. Do you get like a little rearview mirror stick up?
Actually, some people use a bike mirror.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you just learn how to turn back and look behind you. And although there are some of the bigger boats have someone, a person by the name of a coxswain that actually looks and steers for you. But some of the boats do not have a coxswain, and those are the kinds of boats that we call blind boats.
Okay, tell us more about that.
Sure. Blind boats are a single or double or quad.
Depending on the number of people sitting on it.
Correct.
Okay.
And the person sitting in the front of the boat, near the bow of the boat, which is the front of the boat, has to turn around and look out for obstacles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which brings me to the safety aspects of the sport. Since you're going backward, there's definitely some risk involved.
I imagine,
yeah. So the first thing before we row on the water, because it's an outdoor sport, is to look at what the overall weather's like. So we'll look at temperature of the day. Is it too hot? Is it too cold in winter? That could be wind. That could be fog. So that brings visibility into play.
I can imagine. Now tell us a little bit about the wind and the fog piece. I think I can understand, but
Sure.
How about the wind piece? What does that do? Shouldn't it actually help you because it's kind of pushing you?
Well, two things. The wind can swamp up if it creates waves, and waves can swamp the boat.
Oh.
So
okay.
these are very narrow rowing shells that are made to go in a straight line with a lot of power and precision. They're not made like a regular rowing boat, which is very wide. They're very narrow.
Oh, I see.
Right. So waves can cause the boat to be swamped. And also it can cause steering problems if there's too much wind, too much current.
I see. Okay. Now, you talked about the coxswain, and those are for larger boats. I imagine that's on a team, right?
Correct.
And so for those teams, is that the person who's going to be looking out for the safety of the whole team, or how does that work, really? I'll let you walk us through that.
Well, yes. The coxswain, if it's a cox boat, as the term is, that person not only steers the boat, it also looks out for other boats, because there's always a possibility of collisions.
Oh.
Correct?
Oh, yeah.
That coxswain also looks out for obstacles.
Okay.
Right?
Like rocks or whatever.
Rocks, sunken logs.
Oh.
Perhaps
yeah.
the shore itself.
Yeah.
That's not unheard of for a boat to run aground.
Oh, wow.
In adverse conditions.
Okay.
But primarily the most important safety feature is the coach sitting alongside a practice in a safety launch.
So by coach, you don't mean coxswain, like the person with the big megaphone. You mean somebody who's there with you before you even launch the boat.
Correct.
Okay.
So most team practices, there is a coach who is sitting in a safety launch, and that's a motorized launch versus the other shells, which are essentially human powered. Right? So human powered means that they're not as maneuverable. Therefore, the
Interesting.
safety launch is motorized, and the coach is also the primary safety guardian of whatever boats are out there.
Now, how does that work exactly?
Okay, so before any practice, if it's a coach practice, the coach is out there assessing the weather. I can't overemphasize the effect of weather in this sport. But assuming the weather is okay, the coach ensures that everyone launches safely, and then he or she can get into the safety launch and accompany the boats during the practice.
Okay.
And I want to bring up that there's a very specified list of equipment that needs to be in the coach's launch.
Oh, okay. So that, and by the way, for our viewers, we have a list of that in a link below. If you want to click that, you can get a preview of exactly what that list looks like.
So the list of equipment, it's what I'm going to talk about is not all exhaustive, but primarily, first of all, it needs to be a number of PFDs for the number of rowers out there.
What does PFD mean?
PFDs are personal flotation devices, otherwise known as a life jacket.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I know that.
Yeah.
Life jacket.
Sure. Yeah. So it's not enough to just bring one, right? If it's an 8-person boat or you have more than one boat, chances of 2 boats capsizing while possible is probably not probable. Okay. So the maximum we usually carry is about 8 to 10 PFDs on the safety launch. That's a must.
Okay.
Other things that needs to be carried in the launch would be the safety blankets. Could be a megaphone, perhaps a first aid kit.
Waterproof.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. I gotta remember that. You can't just take the one from CVS home, or your car. It's gotta be waterproof.
Yeah. Also, possibly a fire extinguisher, and also a paddle. So.
A paddle, like the one that you row with, or no? No.
So the crew in each boat have their own oars. These are specific oars for each boat.
Oh, okay.
But the paddle for the safety launch is to ensure that the coach, because it's a motorized coach, it's difficult to literally motor up to a capsized boat. So the paddle is to allow the coach to slowly make their way to a capsized boat and basically allows him or her to maneuver the boat whilst rowers and athletes are in the water.
Interesting.
As opposed to using a motor to do that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I would have thought the motor was much faster. Zoom, you just go up there.
It's not that maneuverable. Some of these launches are not. So a paddle is very important.
Now, there's also like a rope-looking thing. What is that?
A rope, a safety rope. Basically, just in case, it's just like a life raft. You could throw it to a row that's in distress. But most importantly, the PFDs. Now, before I forget, when you join a rowing club, it's required that all members do a swim test.
Oh.
As part of safety.
Makes sense. You gotta know how to swim. Yeah.
So the swim test is conducted by a certified lifeguard, and you are required to swim at least 25 yards, be able to tread water for at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and most importantly, you are required to be able to put a life jacket on while treading water.
While treading water, 10 minutes. Now, is that going to be 2 separate tests, or is that all in one?
Well,
that sounds like a lot of work.
It's all in one. It's easier than you think. But think about it. If a boat does swamp or get capsized,
that's true.
Your athletes are in the water.
That's true. And
so
they are athletes.
They need to tread water.
That's true.
And the life jackets are there provided for them. They need to put it on while they're in the water and before they climb into the launch, if that's necessary.
That's true. Okay,
Yes.
well, that sounds like you really have to be super fit. So,
Well, you know,
to be able to do that, treading water for 10 minutes.
some minimum standards would be would be good. Would be good. Yeah.
Well,
But that's why the safety launch is there.
right.
I mean,
right.
I cannot overemphasize, the presence of a safety launch. I almost forgot. The coach himself or herself also is wearing a life jacket
The whole time.
the whole time,
Okay.
and cell phones is always good to have for the coach, as well as a radio. Not a radio, a walkie-talkie.
So waterproof. Both.
Waterproof,
Yeah.
so that they're in contact with people on the shore or other coaches that may be on the water themselves. And, if they need help, they have the means to do so.
Now, so when you go out by yourself, Ron, then you don't carry a megaphone, but you have an air horn, correct?
I do not, but so if I'm out there by myself, there is no coach. So I have to be cognizant of my own safety, of just about the same elements that any practice has to be aware of, meaning the weather, water. I have to be careful that my equipment is, well maintained. If something breaks underwater and I'm by myself, I either have to fix it or I may have to swim to shore. So making sure your equipment is well maintained and up to snuff is pretty critical.
Really important. Now, how often do you check your equipment? Every time before you go, or do you take it to a specialty shop every once in a while, like a car?
I usually give it a quick once over each time I go out, and then maybe once a quarter or something, I'll just do a more detailed look and maintenance and so forth. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. I hope all of you learned a lot. I certainly have. Definitely seems like I will not be capable of being a rower myself.
Yes, you can. Everybody can.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I'm
Yes.
treading water in 10 minutes. I thought you were going to say a minute. 10 minutes is a bit much, but you know what? We can all dream and maybe get there one day. But thanks so much, Ron.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you taking the time. And see you next week, everyone. Thank you.
Happy rowing.